Hi, I'm Laura Mize, pediatric speech-language pathologist, and welcome to teachmetotalk.com's Therapy Tip of the Week. Mother's Day is coming up. In honor of that very special day, I want to teach you some ideas to use in therapy this week to teach children to use the one word their mom is dying to hear. What is that? It's mama. We all dream of hearing the word mama the entire time that we're pregnant, and it's heartbreaking when we see a mom who's waiting and waiting and waiting for that word and it still hasn't come. If you're that mom, I want to give you some ideas to use with your own child. If you're a speech pathologist or a developmental therapist or early intervention specialist, I want to be sure that you have some great ideas to use this week and every other week of the year to help moms get to the point that they can hear that word. Idea number one is something that I've been doing for a long time and have had so much success with, and I call it the mama game. Now, if you are by yourself and trying to teach this, it's not really going to be as successful as when you enlist the help of another person. So if you're a mom at home, you need to have dad or grandma or an older sibling help you with this. If you're a therapist, this is easy. You just need to involve mom in the therapy session. And let me explain to you how I play this. First of all, we're going to put a child in a contained space. So if I'm in a home, I put the child in a crib or in a high chair or somewhere where he can't really get away and he's really focused on what we're doing. The next thing that we need to do is have mom hide. Now again, if there's not very much room, if she needs to stay in the room with us, I would have her crouch down behind something, say a counter if we're in the kitchen and doing a high chair, or if the baby is in the crib, she can even hide kind of beside the crib. My best way to do it though is when I have mom go out of the room. And when I'm seeing children here in my office, that's what I do. So mom steps out of the room and then I have the child's attention. I'm right in front of his little face and I'm saying, "Where's mama? Where'd she go? Let's call her." And then I'm going to model for that child how to say mama several times. And again, this may seem unnatural because there's no child here, but I'm going to do it exactly as if a child were here. So one secret to this is really cupping your hands and looking in the direction of where mom is so that you're actually trying to call her. So what you would say is something like, mama, 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 and you're really going to elongate that word and exaggerate that word. Use your sing-song quality because that will entice a child to listen to you. Now, after you've called mom several times, this is the important part. She needs to jump out. Now, she can't just show up and go, mama, right? Where's the reward and reinforcement in that? She's got to make it really big and really exciting, and when she jumps out, she needs to say mama. She should jump out then and say, mama, mama. So the child is hearing that word specifically associated with mom. And sometimes that's why kids don't say mama, because the primary labeler, the primary language teacher, doesn't always call herself that name as much as she should, and the baby may not ever really hear other people call her that. So this is the purpose of the game, for the child to really hear that word in association with his mother appearing, okay? So super exciting game, super fun. Can you play it one or two times and it works? Probably not, okay? You're probably going to have to play it over and over and over and over to really get the repetition that young children need to learn a word. So again, make it fun, make it exciting, and be sure when you're playing that in therapy that you emphasize to mom, this isn't the only time I want you to play this game. I want you to have dad help you this week, or again, older siblings are fabulous in helping moms and their late talkers learn to play this game. All right, let me give you a second idea. This is for children who are highly visual, okay? We're gonna make a mama video. Now this is so easy to do now with all of our fancy phones, and it's much easier than when I started playing this game 20 years ago and I was lugging in the big video camera to make a mama movie. But now we can just shoot these with our phones. And so what you want to do, and again, I try to tell moms they're going to make this super, super specific. This isn't just videoing them doing the dishes or vacuuming or something like that. Moms have to be focused, and they have to do the same kinds of things that we're doing when we just played that game. So what I like to tell moms to do are to just stand there, smile, and say, Mama, Mama. And she could wave, or she could maybe blow a kiss, but the point is you want the child to see her standing there and saying, Mama. So he labels and he associates that person with that word, all right? So she needs to do that. The second thing, the second little scene in this little video is playing the same kind of game that we talked about in idea number 1, where mom hides and where we have someone else say, where's Mama? Where's Mama? Call her, Mama, 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 and then have mom jump up. And again, the novelty and the excitement and the surprise of having mom pop up is what will help a child want to watch that video and have that new word linked in his or her little memory over and over and over. So again, you need another person to do this. When you're talking with moms about it, be sure that they're understanding that someone else will have to help them do it. Idea number 3 for these highly visual kids is to make a mama album. Now, we speech pathologists have been making little picture books for children forever, but a mom may not know to do this. So tell her to go get a cheapy little album at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, some dollar store, and not to spend a lot of money on getting a really fancy one. You want one that it's okay if the kid chews it and throws it and is dirty when he's doing it, and you want this to be one of his prized little possessions too. So get a really cheap one, but one that's kind of durable. Take a lot of pictures of mom, print them, and again, don't use a picture of mom from 20 years ago or from when her hair was brown and now it's blonde, or you want current pictures. You also want moms in their current everyday attire. If mom usually wears no makeup and a ponytail, she doesn't need to have all pretty dolled up pictures because her child may not even recognize her. So be sure that you're getting several pictures in that album, and don't put anybody else's picture in there if your primary goal with this tool is teaching a child to say mama. And again, it's so much easier to do this now that we have our phones. Moms can just take a lot of selfies, print them, and then get them in that book. If mom doesn't want to get them in the book, she can just make an album on her phone. I've seen lots of children, even as young as 17 or 18 months old, who already know how to scroll through the phone, and so she can make a photo album on her phone. Now, is it a language activity if the baby is just sitting looking by himself or scrolling through mom's phone? No. He has to hear the word. He has to hear somebody there with him label her mama. So again, you've got to talk to parents about that. And if you're a mom listening, you can't just make this photo album and then hand it to your child and think this will work. He's got to hear you or dad or grandma or the neighbor kid sit with him and point and say, Mama, Mama, there's Mama. One more tip, don't get caught up in using a lot of other language when you're playing the games or using the phone or the video or the little album. As late talkers, we know that there's been a problem with the child learning to make an association or learning to use a word. So he has to really primarily only hear that word in the midst of these activities for it to be really, really therapeutic. So talk to whoever the helper person is that's doing this with you, or the sitter, or again, whoever the other important people are in your child's life, so that they understand the purpose of those activities and are really using them as therapeutically as possible and as we intend. Now, several years ago, I wrote a post called Teach Your Child to Say Mama. It has received hundreds of thousands of hits. It's a really popular post, and I've linked that below so that you can read the instructions and the step-by-step how to do it guide there below, so take a look at that. If you're a speech pathologist, that might be something you want to print this week to give moms for homework if you've used this idea in a therapy session. So want to be sure that you're using all the resources you have. I want to hear how this game goes for you. So leave me a comment here at teachmetotalk.com, or if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, so that I can know how it's worked for you. I love to hear success stories. I also want to make you another special offer for Mother's Day with two of my resources that parents just rave about to me in email. And again, this is a special Mother's Day offer here, and I'm going to call it the Play Pack because this is what it does. Teach Me to Talk, the DVD, is an excellent resource so that moms can see how excited and how fun and how playful we need to be to consistently engage and connect with late talkers. The second one is my therapy manual called Teach Me to Play with You. And it takes little social games and walks you step by step by step and teaches you how to teach a child to understand language and then eventually use those same words to talk. So again, wanted to mention those resources to you. They're on sale price this week for that Mother's Day special, so check that out. That's all I have for you today. I'm Laura Mize, pediatric speech language pathologist, and thank you for watching teachmetotalk.com's Therapy Tip of the Week. Happy Mother's Day.